Hey there everyone, this is Tom from MonTac here doing the weekly MonTac Matchup. We have got a special guest here. We've got former champion, the General of the Sky himself. We have got Charging Badger here today. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. I mean, I'm obviously kind of nervous about my match against the current champion, Squishy. But yeah,
It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, so we've got a couple matches to go through today. Let's get to the first one. Right off the bat, we've got DanB, tough loss off his matchup with Shadow Wolf. He's going to be taking on Zweistein, someone you've beaten twice. They're both really the rookies of the top 8 at this stage. From what you've seen as Zweistein, knowing that DanB is famous for Steel Edge Torotians, Zweistein now converting to a Torosian matchup with the accepted Zweistein time with Shadow. Or obviously he is I'd say he's probably a top 6, top 7 player. What do you think of this matchup at least?
well, I think it all depends on whether they can outlast the other one. Because obviously Torosians are a pretty defensive deck from the outset. But then eventually they do have big haymakers, but obviously the big one.
Now DanB is famous for using a Steel Edge package in that Torosians.
Yeah.
In that kind of weird, because it is such a weird hybrid to do you think that'll be a positive or a negative in their matchup?
I feel like it all depends on how you play the deck you've built, and judging from how DanB is done, I think he's pretty familiar with it, so I think it's going to be a tough match, but ultimately I think Zweistein will take the win.
Alright, fair enough. Now, next match we have is one of the more confident players we have in Stray. When he first joined, the very first thing he told me was that he was going to be coming for the title. So, fresh off a little bit of resting time, he's coming into this next season. Obviously, no wins, no losses, nothing on there. He's got a clean slate, taking on Fury Card, who did spend a lot of last season towards the end of the roster. Now he's coming up a fair bit. If this is going to be Stray's chance to start making that, start making his way to the top, this is a must-win for him. Both of them are known for Sunwalkers, so I know you won't have as much information to stay off of this, but it's going to be very interesting to see. The next matchup we got is Shadow versus Doozy. Now, Doozy very famous for a little bit of the Bandits mixed in with some Angels, and Shadow very famous for using a little bit of Steel Edge. Just based off of that little bit of information, also considering Shadow just did suffer a loss to Tamoose, and Doozy just did suffer a loss to Misfire. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
I feel like they both have potential to be at least top 12 players. And obviously Shadow hasn't had much experience in this new season, but I think it'll come down to maybe I don't know, maybe this match might just come down to player skill, and I think the former champion Mistfire is a more difficult opponent to play against than Tamoose. But I mean, no offense to either player, but I think Doozy has a fair chance of winning this.
Alright, that's good. I mean, he will have that experience, obviously. But yeah, no, that's going to be very interesting. Let's get on the next match. Now, this match you will have some interesting thoughts on, I imagine. Shao Galaxy Wolf, who you guys have had a lot of exchanging matches with, it's very back and forth. You win the first one. Sorry, she wins the first one. You won the second one. I believe she won the third one, and you won the fourth one. It's a very back and forth rivalry you guys have, and she's going to be taking on Misfire, the last guy that actually took your title on the first week of this season. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, obviously both are strong players. I think it'll depend on whether Misfire is comfortable with the deck he's using, because he's like mixing up what decks he's using after his title was taken. So I think it'll depend on whether he's able to effectively use the deck he has. So I can't 100% call this match, but if I had to guess, I would probably go with Shadow Galaxy Wolf.
Ooh, that's very interesting. I look at this matchup as a major, like, ultimate offense versus ultimate defense. Obviously, while Misfire has now transferred to Pure Bandits, which he has been incredibly successful with, he's got himself back into the top 3. Shadow Galaxy Wolf, probably the most defensive player in the game currently. I think if Misfire gets through it's going to be a major problem for whoever wins out of you and Squishy. And then same thing for really Shadow there, because she's got such a great style for specialty removal, etc. If you had to choose, right, let's say you get through your match with Squishy, if you had to choose which one of these guys you'd rather verse for the title, who would it be?
I really couldn't say, honestly. I mean, they're both strong players. They've both beaten me in the past. So I would probably, I don't know. I might rather go with Shadow Galaxy Wolf, since I just have more experience against her.
Interesting. That's fair enough. It will be tricky because she'll know you very well as well, so that is a potentially very dangerous matchup.
True, yeah.
But yeah, we've got Wrath of Kors, a Sky Soldier user from England, taking on Apocalyptic from Romania. You've had a lot of experience with Apocalyptic. Famous for his Steel Edge. Yeah, he did a lot of training with him, but he has Steel Edge Sunwalkers. At least that's what he last used. Taking on a Sky Soldier player. What do you think of that matchup?
Well, obviously I think Sky Soldiers is one of the best decks out there, but part of that is all down to the player's skill. So I think I think if Wrath of Kors is able to effectively use the deck, he could maybe win, but if he makes too many mistakes, it might go to Apocalyptic. Because I know Apocalyptic is a very experienced player. I think overall, I think the match, I think it'll go into extra time, and I think Apocalyptic might take it in extra time.
Interesting. All right, let's get to your match, the most important match of the weekend. We've got you taking on the champion Squishy. What are your thoughts coming into this pretty big match?
Well, obviously, I'm going to pick myself to win, because everyone does do that. But I feel like...
It'd be weird if they didn't.
Yeah, I feel like if I can avoid the Gemini, I'm probably going to have a better chance of winning. So I feel like if I do manage to avoid Gemini, I'll either make it to extra time or win before that, maybe. But obviously, winning before that is going to be more rare, since I'm going against the champion.
All right, well let's have a look at the top 8 real quick. Obviously, a very interesting top 8. We've got a lot of real killers here. If you had to pick your easiest and toughest matchups, what would they be?
It might just be Squishy, because current champion, and I mean, obviously he's done incredibly well in this season, only losing one match. Easiest matchup, I might actually say Fury card, because I mean, no offense to him, but he hasn't got as much experience playing against top level players, is what I want to say. So
fair enough. Yeah, he's in the thick of it now, so he'll be he's facing Stray. I think if he gets this win, actually, he'll be putting himself quite high in the top 8, and he'll have to be taking on top 8 after that. So yeah, I think this is really the time for him to, if he does get through Stray, this is it for him to grow and keep getting better. All right. Do you have any thoughts? Now, I imagine you view yourself as the highest, obviously, I'd hope you think this, but obviously you view yourself making the grand final of September tournament. My real question to you is, who do you think you're going to be taking on?
I would say, obviously Potato is a very strong player. I could see him easily making, top 4, but I don't know that he necessarily is gonna make the grand final. So, I would maybe go with, Mistfire, honestly. Or possibly
Ooh, you think Mistfire? Okay.
Well, Zweistein obviously
is
strong, has experience with these tournaments in the past. But yeah,
sure.
I feel like those are the top 2 possible, most likely ones, I think, in my opinion.
Interesting. But you'd pick them over Squishy, who's the current champion.
Yes, but I don't know exactly why, but I don't know that he's gonna perform as well in the tournament as in the rest of the season.
Alright, interesting. Alright, well, I appreciate you stopping by and making your picks. Let's make it quick round fire. You just give me the person you think is going to win, and then let me know if it's going to make extra time. Alright? Alright, so you've got DanB taking on Zweistein. Who's your pick?
Zweistein, I think, is going to win, and I think it will make extra time.
Yep, and then Stray vs Fury card.
Obviously I don't have as much experience with these people, but I think Fury card has a good chance of winning. I don't think this match is going to make extra time, though.
Interesting. Obviously, your match with Squishy.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to pick myself to win, but I feel like this will make extra time.
Alright, interesting. Shadow vs Doozy.
I'm gonna pick Doozy to win, and I feel like it will also make extra time.
Shad Galaxy Wolf versus Misfire. Now, keep in mind, Misfire uses bandits, so this will be very interesting to see not only who you think will win, but how long that'll last.
Well, I think I feel like if it does make extra time, then Shadow Galaxy Wolf will win. But if it doesn't, then I feel like Mistfire has a pretty good chance with bandits. So I called, I think Shadow Galaxy Wolf might win, so I think it will make extra time.
Alright. And then Wrath of Cause versus Apocalyptic.
I'm gonna pick Apocalyptic to win, and I think it will make extra time.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, well, that was the weekly MonTac matchup for 13th of August. I appreciate you coming on and giving us a bit of your time and your busy schedule. Do you have anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Just have fun and keep playing, everyone.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, thank you very much for coming on. Look forward to your matchup, and I'll see you there.
Yep.
Alright, bye guys.